So it's 9:33. Our friends from Professional HR Certifications are in the studio. They are coming to talk about professional certifications, HR certification. Also, so let's talk about the 39th cohort, which is starting in June, and why you must be part of this cohort, what opportunities there are for you. We have in studio Pearl Peter Huda. She's the executive director for HR Certification Center, and my own friend Kwabna Nyameche Dapa, marketing manager. You're welcome.
Thank you very
much. And Daleta, executive director. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Caleb.
So, HR Certification Center, I know you run the international HR certification in Ghana. This includes the SPHRI, PHRI, and the APHRI.
Yeah.
Wow. And you are an international HR charter.
Yeah.
With recognition in over 100 countries.
Yeah.
What is the certification, HR Certification Center, first of all, for anyone who's not heard about you yet? What do you do?
Okay, so basically the HR Certification Center is into human resource and people development.
Okay.
We look at creating leaders and not just giving people technical skills, but also giving them leadership skills so that they are valuable. And when we come to people, we know that HR practitioners are the gatekeepers in companies. So our key our target market are HR practitioners.
Okay.
But beyond that, everybody takes care of people. Mm-hmm. So if you take care of people, certainly be with us. So that's what we're in a nutshell.
I like the sound of that. Now, it's a season where a lot of people who are considering further education are reading, researching, and thinking whether they should take an MPhil, MA, MSc, or things like that, and whether or not they should study here or do a broad weekend, evening, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then there is the option of professional certifications as well.
Yeah.
So if you were talking to someone in that kind of mix now, why would you ask such a person to opt for professional certifications?
Okay. So as you said, there are a bouquet of options that people have nowadays. And for professional certifications, aside giving you the professional recognition, and for international certifications like that of ours, it gives you global mobility. Aside that, it also gives you technical competence to manage contemporary issues.
Okay.
Now, let me narrow down to HR certifications. You would agree with me, Caleb, that people run the business and not strategy. And when you get the people bits of the business wrong,
everything is going wrong.
Yes, I mean, in the short run, you might see some progress, but in the long run, no. You don't see that kind of progress. And looking at the kind of generation that are coming into the workplace, they want to be led differently. And professional certification really gives you that technical and leadership skills, right? That to help you to manage some of these issues. And I'm very keen on the leadership and technical skills. People don't want to be managed nowadays. Now, people want to be treated as human beings, like humans being, and not humans doing.
Okay.
So people want to be led, they don't want to be managed. And our certification gives you that kind of leverage. I mean, people who have studied with us, our studying candidates, when they go through the system, they always tell us that our certifications or our training really is industry specific, is detailed, and is contemporary as compared to other trainings that they have.
So what kind of organizations or individuals have been certified through your center? Give me some ideas.
All right, so we've had a lot of companies from various industries be with us. From the telcos, we've had people from Vodafone, now Telcel, Telecel, and we've had people from MTN. From the banks, we've had people from HFC, now Republic Bank, Barclays, now ABSA, Cowbank, and a host of others. And if you go to the mining sector, we have had people from Goldfields, Newmont, and I must say that any reputable company in Ghana has had someone from their team study with us.
That's interesting. Now, Pearl, tell me about the different HR certifications you have and the requirements.
Right, Caleb. So for us as a center, we have the approved providers for the certifying body, that is the Human Resource Certification Institute, headquartered in Virginia, USA. As approved providers, we are currently running 3 different certifications. And so we have the Associate Professional in Human Resources, which is the APHRI.
Right.
We have the Professional in Human Resources, which is the
PHRI.
PHRI. And then we have the Senior Professional in Human Resources.
SPHRI.
SPHRI. So now I'll take the 3 certifications. If you are thinking of enrolling for the Associate Professional, that is at the entry level, foundational to the human resource function. And so you don't need a first degree, or let me say you don't need a degree, you don't need work experience. So somebody currently studying in the university who wants to have an upper hand of having a certification before graduation can enroll for the program. Somebody is maybe HND and wants to practice HR, you can go through the Associate Professional in Human Resources. Now, for the professional, that is a bit tactical, at the tactical or the operational level, and so you need a first degree. First degree, not necessarily in HR, to go through. And then if you're considering the senior professional, you need a first degree plus people management experience. And let me take time to explain the people management experience. You are not necessarily in the HR department, or you are not the HR manager.
But you are a head of department.
Yes, head of department, a supervisor, head of
people
unit.
Report to you.
People report to you. You have an oversight responsibility of people's work. That is what we call the people management experience.
So,
and so all of these things will qualify you to go through.
I'm listening to you and I'm interested in taking a course with you, and I'm wondering what's the structure of the course. Can you tell me?
Right, Kele, for you to go through the program, you only need 6 months. 6 months of tuition, and we take you through 6 modules. 6 modules in 6 months. Let me take time to mention some of the modules. We will take you through leadership and strategy, and you will be wondering what leadership and strategy is doing in HR. Like Kwabena mentioned, people want to be led, not managed. And as an HR practitioner in today's workplace, you need leadership skills to manage people or to lead people to deliver on the product promise to the customer. And so that is the first module. You would go through employee development and engagement. You would go through talent acquisition and management. You would also go through total rewards, which we call compensation and benefits. You would also go through employee relations, health and risk management. And finally, we will take you through the labor laws of Ghana. Now, that is for people who are practicing in Ghana. If you're practicing elsewhere, you need the employment knowledge of that country. Now, why is it important for somebody to go through the labor laws? Now, the HR function or the HR profession is a heavily legally regulated profession. And so you need to have knowledge of the labor laws
at your fingertips.
Exactly, to go through or to be able to do
I
that.
like it. I like the details you're giving me. So what's the duration and when is it?
Hello and good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are joining us from. I'm Kwabena Nyamechedapa, and I'll introduce my guest shortly, but I'll be your host for today's event where we'll be discussing upskilling with professional certifications. Let me know who is joining us. We always want to have very interactive sessions
So I want to know who is online with us. I can see Dorothy. Dorothy, thank you very much for joining. And hi back, Dorothy. Dorothy from LinkedIn. We are actually live on 3 platforms. We are live on Facebook, we are live on LinkedIn, and we are live on YouTube. So let us know where you are joining us from. Normally, as we'll have it as our culture here, we want you to mention your name and where you are joining us from. So you can mention your name. Probably you are Aunt Bertha joining us from Pram Pram, or you are Rajwa joining us from Kaswa. I always get excited when I get people joining from Kaswa. Okay, I can see Mary Ayomide joining from Nigeria. Good to have you, Mary. I can see Frida Tego says hi, Kwabena. Hi, Frida. I can see Veronique. I hope I pronounced that right. Hi, Veronique. Hi, Dorothy. Let's see. So I always get this that HR is highly dominated by leaders. I don't know if that is really the case, because as I'm seeing it here, most of the comments are coming from leaders. Can I have a gentleman? Can I have the gentleman break the trend for us? Hey, Frida, thank you for joining from Kumasi. Good to have you. Okay, and Betha bought you, right? Maybe I called someone from Pram Pram. She's here. And Betha, thank you for joining. So good to have you all on today's call. You know, at the HR Certification Center, we are very, very, very involved and keen on leadership and HR development. Yeah, I got a gentleman, Samuel Bossman. Thank you, Bossman Samuel from Cape Coast. Thank you for joining. So yes, as I was saying, we are keen on leadership and human development, and we do everything to make sure that people are developed and people are trained. As you know, development is for the future, training is for the now. So we make sure that we cover the now and the future of your career growth and development. So we are really, really keen on these things. And every now and then we organize programs like this to engage you, to learn from your experience, to add on to your experience, and most importantly, to make sure that you are noticed as a professional. Thank you. I can see Nanama from YouTube. Nanama says she's joining from Accra. Thank you, Nanama. So today we are going to speak on upscaling with professional certifications. We really want this to be as interactive as possible. So please keep the comments coming, keep the questions coming, and we'll attend to all of them in due course. So let's do that. And also share the link with a friend, a colleague, or anyone who you think is going to benefit from our discussion today. You can share the link on your timeline. You can copy the link, put on your staff pages, anywhere that you think corporate people or professionals have to hear about upscaling with professional certifications. Right. Hello, I have Adam Swale from Paga. Adam, good to have you. You always join in. Thank you for joining. So quickly, let's run into why we are here today. So I have our executive director, who we like to call ED, Pearl Peter Hoda, and she's going to lead us in the discussion on upskilling with professional certification. So, Pearl, you're welcome. You have the floor now.
Hi, Governor. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning to you and our listeners. I am glad and excited to be here. First of all, let me find out if I'm audible. Am I audible enough?
Audible.
Okay, great. I have to do this from elsewhere rather than my office. So just so you know. All right. So let me say welcome to our colleagues on the call and to all professionals who are here. We do not take your time for granted. It's a great honor that you make time to join the HR Certification Center on this brief discussion. I pray we are able to do an hour or less, and so to allow you time to get back to your work or to get ready to move away from the office to your various homes. And so, Kabana, the topic for today is one that I must say I am particularly curious about. And I mean, anytime it comes up for discussion, I'm excited. You know, I get that feeling where people are desirous of building skills for the future. So my simple definition for the word upskilling is building capabilities or arming yourself with certain skills beyond the now. So let me use this scenario. Possibly you are on the call and you have finished your first degree from the university and you are working with it. It's a good thing that you start from somewhere. But whilst on the job, you need to know where you are headed. What is the future of what you're doing currently? Or what do you aspire to be maybe in 5 years or in 10 years? Once you get that knowledge, you want to build the skills that are necessary for where you are going or for where your role is going or where your business is going. That's my simple definition for upskilling. Now let's look at why it is important for every employee to upskill. Like I mentioned, you possibly would join an organization with a first degree, maybe first degree in marketing, first degree in project management, first degree in maybe administration, and all of that. Now you're looking forward to upskill because you want to be steps ahead. So you want to be steps ahead of your colleagues. You want to be steps ahead of where people are. And you also would want to upskill because you are looking forward to maybe a promotion, maybe a higher pay, or you're looking forward into transitioning into other roles. And so it's important for you to build yourself and be ready for it. You know, we will gladly say that success is when opportunity meets where preparation meets opportunity, or where opportunity meets preparation. And so you prepare and be in waiting till an opportunity presents itself for you to jump onto. Let's assume that there's an opportunity for an HR manager and you have a first degree in HR, and the opportunity requires that you must have a first degree plus professional certification, but you haven't prepared yourself. So that opportunity will bypass you and then success will not be yours. And so you want to prepare yourself in waiting for the opportunity to come. So simply put, because we are desirous of bigger things in the future, we upskill towards that. Now, what are the benefits when you upskill? What are you, or when you upskill with professional HR certification? What benefits do you get, or what benefit would come to you? So, for professional certification, we are not necessarily talking about just HR certification, even though that is where the conversation will be going, but we are looking at other professional certifications. Now, when you get a professional certification, you are steps ahead of somebody with maybe a degree in that particular field. So, for example, if you have a professional certification in marketing, you're steps ahead of somebody who is just with a degree in marketing. And for our colleagues in the accountancy field, I mean, if you make a mistake of calling a chartered accountant an accountant, they are quick to remind you that, my friend, do you know how much I paid to get the certification? You know, so they want to be that visible for you to know that they are steps ahead with their professional certification. So that is one of the benefits you would get. Now, when you go through professional certification, the rigor you go through. Now, let me also say that professional certifications are not cheap. All right. And so you go through it, you pay all the money, you go through the rigor of learning, because there's a body of knowledge that you must use to go through the certification. And now let's even bring it down to going through the HR certification. The body of knowledge is about a 750-page document or even more. That is the body of knowledge you would go through. And so you go through this rigor, and then you build a certain mastery for yourself. Because mind you, Kwabena, in going through professional certification, it's not the same as going through first degree. First degree is to give you some grounding, some foundation to maybe for build research skills for you, open your mind to the opportunities that exist in the business world. And then you get onto the job and then you do the practicals. So by the time you go through the rigor of learning with professional certification, you build yourself that mastery, that technical expertise that will help you to, profess solutions to the many challenges we have in today's business world. So let's take, for example, you possibly would have gone through compensation and benefits in maybe during your first degree program. Now you get into the professional certification class. We take it a step further. We take it a notch higher, where we go into issues of how you compensate expatriates. I mean, how expatriates are supposed to be governed when it comes to payment. Now we take it a step further by giving you knowledge into benefits that are mandatory and the benefits that are non-mandatory. And we don't only do this with theories, but we do it with the practicals. And so we take information from what is happening in industry, we bring it to the classroom, and then we help you with the solution. So these are some of the benefits you get when you go through or when you jump onto upskilling with professional certification. Now, the last one, obviously, is the fact that with professional certification, I mean, you get increased benefit. So, for example, if you are a first degree holder in HR and somebody is a certification holder, your pay grades are not the same. I mean, this is the part that everybody is fascinated about, where you have a professional certification. So there's an upgrade in your salary, you get additional benefits. Now, let me just use this simple testimonial for one of our, studying candidates. After going through the certification, she gets an opportunity to train her colleagues in the HR department. And then she gets an opportunity to even go and speak to other people. So a smaller organization is having challenge maybe with performance management, and she's called as a facilitator to come and facilitate a session on performance management, and she gets the pay, she gets the recognition and all of that. Now you can only do that if you take yourself through the rigor of learning, sitting the professional exam and passing. So apart from the benefits that will accrue to you from your organization, you also get the external benefit. Now, there's something about the professional HR certification where we've seen HR practice in a certain way in our jurisdiction. It's become so normal that companies tend to do it, even though it is not the standard. Now, there is a standard every professional certification body commits to. And once you go through the professional certification, be it with the HR profession or with other profession, you would commit yourself to that higher standard. You cannot practice HR in any way. Issues of conflict of interest, issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion, all of that is taught in the professional class so that you can practice at the global level, because there's a higher standard rather than what we are doing. So, for example, for other employees, we take you to how to manage the HR function globally. So there is that standard that every HR practitioner must yearn to or must aspire to become. So, Kwabena, these are simple benefits that accrue to you when you upskill with professional certification, for that matter, the HR certification. Now, one thing we do, and we do well at the HR Certification Center, is to make sure that you get these benefits within the 6-month period that you are with us. Either you're studying the associate professional in human resources, or the professional in human resources, or the senior professional in human resources. Any of the certifications that you jump onto, you are sure that you get the tuition, you get the benefit, and at the end of the day, you are upskilled to practice HR and practice it positively so you can influence the business that you partner as an HR practitioner. So, Kwabena, these are the reasons why we want every HR practitioner to jump on board and gain professional certification, gain international HR professional certification, and get the recognition that you deserve, let's help you to upskill and stay relevant in your HR profession. And so I will hand over to you, Kwabena, to take our audience through the various certifications we have, what requirements there are for them to know when it comes to enrolling for the HR certification, what fees they must pay and how they can register. And I hope that you would also take them through our upcoming session and how they can aspire to join that particular session. So Kwabena, I thank you for your time. I'm sure our audience will have questions. They can drop them in the chat column and you can read them on. I will still be on the call and I will attempt to answer them. Otherwise, you could also take some of them and respond to them. Thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you very much, Pearl, for throwing more light on why it's necessary to upskill, especially with professional certifications. And for me, as you were speaking, what really jumped to me was the way technology and industry trends have put a lot of pressure on our skill set. So much so that if you are not evolving and if you are not upskilling, then technology and changing trends in industry will really push you out. So it's very, very important to get certified or to get certifications. So I'm going to go through, as you rightly said, the professional certifications that we offer at the HR Certification Center. But before I jump into that quickly, I want to throw some light on these two words, certificates and certifications. Every now and then, from where we sit, you get people asking, will I get a certificate afterwards? Will I get a certificate afterwards? Yes. When you go through our 6 months program, you get a certificate. Then when you write the exams, you get a certification. Now, the difference between a certificate and certification, I'm going to give three outstanding differences. Now, a certificate is awarded after you have completed a course or a series of courses. So for instance, if you go through our program for 6 months, you get a certificate. A certification is awarded after one has met certain standards of competence, right, in a professional field. So after you have met certain standards of competence in a professional field, then you are given a certification. Normally, certificates are issued by educational institutions such as universities and colleges, but certificates issued by educational institutions such as universities and colleges, and certifications are issued by professional bodies or organizations that represent a particular profession. So for us, the certification comes from HRCI, that's the Human Resource Certification Institute in Virginia, USA. Last but not the least, certificates indicate completion of a course or acquisition of a specific academic or practical skill. So it indicates the completion of a course or a specific academic or practical skills. Then on the other side, certifications validate proficiency and competence in a specific profession or professional skill or field. So certifications are validation of proficiency of competence in a specific professional field. So after you have gone through, normally it's a very rigorous examination that you go through, and it validates your proficiency. And I'm going to tell you more about HRCI as I move on from certificates and certification. So when you study with us, you're going to get a certificate. Then after you spread the exams, you're going to get a certification that is recognized in over 125 countries. So as we always fondly say, why remain local when you can really, really go global? So we have three certifications that we offer. We have the Associate Professional in Human Resources International. We have the Professional in Human Resources International. And then we have the Senior Professional in Human Resources International. Now, the Associate Professional, which sometimes we would call the entry-level certification, looks at the administrative work or the tactical work of an HR practitioner or anyone who seeks to gain HR competence or proficiency. Now, at the associate level, what you need, or you actually don't need a degree, right? You don't need a degree or or a tertiary certificate, no degree or tertiary certificate, you don't need any work experience. So you may be out of senior high school, you can apply for associate professional in human resources without any work experience. You'll be taken through 6 modules. The first module looks at HR operations. Second module looks at recruitment and selection. Third module looks at compensation and benefits. Fourth module looks at HR development and retention. Third module looks at employee relation, health and safety. And then the last but not the least, the labor laws of Ghana. So when you go through these 6 packed modules, you're going to gain a necessary HR skills to work at the administrative level. Then we'll go to the Professional Human Resources International. That looks more about tactical and operational HR issues. For this, what you require is a bachelor's degree in any field. So we've had people who studied science, who studied agriculture, people even did accounting, come through our program. So you need a bachelor's degree in any field, and with some 2 to 3 years working experience, then you qualify for the Professional Human Resources International. In this module, you also go through 6 modules. You go through business management, and at the HR Certification Center, we are keen on building HR practitioners who are commercially aware. So we don't just build HR practitioners who just sit in a silo and just do what they have to do, but we are building people who are commercially aware, understand business, and can contribute to business growth. So if you're a leader, business leader here, an employer or a business owner, you want to put your HR practitioners through our kind of training so that they just don't look at business or they just don't shy away from the business part of the business. So they can understand the business and contribute from an HR perspective. So yes, business management, we look at that. We look at workforce planning and talent acquisition. Talent acquisition is a big deal nowadays. People have to go through a lot to get the right people, and with the right skill and knowledge and scientific approaches, you're able to sift and get the best people working for you. So that's something that you want to pay attention to. Employee development and engagement, like what we are saying, upskilling and all that, is very, very important because the trends in the market are changing. Somebody who you employed just about 3 years ago, if the person is not upskilling, they are not going to be too relevant to you because industry trends would have changed because of the pressure of technology nowadays. Total rewards, I mean, that's another big thing. What is the motivation? Why how can you motivate people? How do people want to be motivated really? So we are going to look at the theories of motivation, look at the theories like the theory X and Y, McGregor's theory X and Y. You're going to look at Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, how to motivate people. So these are very scientific approaches that you're going to be looking at. Employee relations and risk management and the labor laws of Ghana. You can never write off the labor laws. As an HR practitioner, my bosses will always say that the labor law should be as to a Christian a Bible and as to a Muslim a Quran. You should always have it because that's what is going to guide you in doing what you do and to remain compliant to the laws so that you avoid any or you escape any avoidable liabilities. A lot of HR practitioners, for ignorance, have led their companies into avoidable liabilities and they are paying hefty fines. And today, the Labor Commission I heard they have reviewed their fines. So now they are charging more. I don't know if the fuel prices affected it, but they are really charging more. So please don't take your cases there when you can avoid them by gaining relevant knowledge today. So that is it for the Professional Human Resources International. It's a 6 months program, taking the 6 modules in 6 months. The associate professional is actually 4 months, so 6 modules in 4 months. And the Professional Human Resources International is 6 modules in 6 months. Then I'll take the Senior Professional in Human Resources International. This obviously looks at the business or looks at HR from a strategic point of view. So for this, you need a bachelor's degree in any field with some 4 years working experience in a people management role, or you could say a managerial or supervisory role, right? And otherwise, a master's degree in any field plus 2 years work experience in a managerial or supervisory role. With a senior professional, we'll also be looking at leadership and strategy. Leadership is a big deal nowadays. How people want to be led is very, very important. Strategy, simply put, how we get our what is very, very important. And these are things that HR practitioners must be on top of in order to lead the way for their companies. Then we'll look at workforce planning and talent acquisition. We'll look at employee development. We'll look at total rewards. We'll look at employee relations and risk management. And then again, we'll look at the labor laws of Ghana. Now, you might say that you just mentioned almost similar things to what you mentioned in PHRI. Yes, it's this you can liken to studying mathematics in GHS 1, 2, and 3. We still study the same mathematics, but the level of intensity at each level increases. So the intensity at PHR is going to be different from SPHR because of the perspective that you're going to be looking at it from. That's from the strategic perspective and from the operational perspective for PHRI. This also is a 6-month program. We're going to take all the 6 modules within 6 months. Then I must say that our lectures are on weekends only. So weekends only, Saturdays or Sundays. Why am I using the word or? Because we have in-person lectures, we have online lectures. In-person lectures are from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Online lectures are from 1 to 6 p.m. And you can choose to be at either one of them. So for instance, maybe this coming Saturday, you're able to come in person. You can show up. We share the same premise with the National Banking College at the airport residential area. Probably the coming Saturday, you are not available, you have a social function or something, then you can join online from 1 to 6 p.m. So that's how flexible and convenient our learning experience is. Probably you'll be asking, okay, I've heard a lot about all your certifications that you have to offer. Why really should I choose you? Why really should I choose the HR Certification Center? Now, one of the key reasons why you should choose us is because of this fact. Why remain local when you can go global? Our certification is recognized in 125 countries. So when you study with us, you have global mobility. And as I just said, we have flexible learning options. You can join in person, you can join online. Our online and in-person lectures are as effective. Some people say online, I don't know if, but our online lectures are very, very effective. We've had people join us from 8 countries, counting, and we've had within Ghana people from Tamale. We have Adam Swale from Paga. We've had people from Takrade. We have people from Kumasi join in, and they have gone through the program, written the examination, and passed. We have flexible payment options, right? So I'll come to the cost implications or the investment that you have to do for each of the certification courses. But the total amount, we allow you to pay it in installment basis. And I'll talk more on that as we go on. We have a very strong alumni base. Over the past, the business has been in operation for 14 years. And actually this year, 2024, is our 10 years since we started doing certification. So we started doing the professional international certification since 2004. So this is since 2014. So this is our 10th year of doing the international certification, and we have trained over 4,500 HR practitioners and still counting. So when you study with us, your doors are going to be open to professional networking with all these professionals. And of course, we have the Association of Certified HRs that even opens the door more for you to interact with professionals alike, for you to grow, gain the rub-off effect of iron sharpening iron. So you learn from each other and you grow together. Practical knowledge-based workshops and to augment the content area. So we have workshops in addition to the 6 modules that you're going to do to augment the content area. So these workshops are 4, and I'm going to namely business finance knowledge, for HR professionals. So business finance knowledge for HR professionals. Every now and then you hear people saying that HRs are not too fond of mathematics. They don't like mathematics. I don't know what you think about that. But for us at the HR Certification Center, what we think about that is to give training to help HR professionals appreciate the finance part of the business that they support. So we don't know if HR professionals don't like maths or they don't like maths or they like maths or otherwise. All we know is that we are providing training to help you be better at what you do financially. We also provide social security and pensions and management. We do ethics and integrity management, and we also do HR analytics and metrics. So all these programs to augment, right? Augment what you have learned in the content areas or the modular areas. And we also have multiple mocks and multiple modular tests. So after every test that you do, after every module that you go through with us, we have modular tests to test your appreciation of the issues so that we know how to assist you to become better with our prep and tutorial sessions. And over the years, we've had an exceptional pass rate of 84%. So out of every 100 people that we take to write the exams, 84 of them are able to pass, and that is remarkable. And these are some of the reasons why you should be considering studying with the HR Certification Center. And I must say that we've had a myriad of companies study with us, right? Notable among them is EcoBank PLC, Tallow Oil, Voter River Authority, Def Traco Limited, Menzies Aviation, GIZ, Old Mutual, Ghana Revenue Authority. The list goes on and on and on. We've had all these people study with us at the HR Certification Center. Now, for the Associate Professional in Human Resources, you'll be making an investment, a total investment of 4,200, which you can pay in 4 monthly installments of 1,050 Ghana cedis. Then with the Professional Human Resources International, you'll be making an investment of 8,400, which you can pay in 6 monthly installments of 1,400. And then with the Senior Professional in Human Resources, you'll be making a total investment of 9,600, which you can pay 1,006 in 6 monthly installments. Now, for the Associate Professional in Human Resources, all the examinations actually are web-based exams, and they are multiple choice objectives, right? And you'll be answering 90 questions with the APHRI. You'll be answering 115 questions with the Professional in Human Resources, PHRI, and you'll be answering 140 questions with the SPHRI. And for the APHRI, you have 1 hour 30 minutes. For the PHRI, you have 2 hours 45 minutes, and the SPHRI, you have 3 hours 15 minutes to answer all these questions respectively. The pass mark is 72%, and as I said, for us, our rate of passing is 84%. So we are doing exceptionally well, and when you are studying with us, your pass is guaranteed 84% of the time. So we've had various professionals study with us and go through the center. As I said, I mentioned a few companies who have gone to study with us. So you should be considering making the decision of studying with us. Registration is actually ongoing for takeoff on the 8th of June. So if you want to be part of our upcoming cohort, you want to call this number 0244 122 855. I'll take it again. 0244 122 855. You can call this number, get in touch with us. Let us help you to upskill with professional certifications. Thank you very much. At this point, we want to take questions. We always promise at the HR Certification Center to stay committed to our time. We don't want to go beyond time. So I want to give ample time for us to be able to ask questions. Probably I've not mentioned some of the things. Probably when your questions come up, I'll be able to speak to them. So please feel free to ask us any questions that you have on your mind. We are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So Adam, I can see Adam's question. He said, I would like to know if you are done with the 6 months training course, Okay. If you are done a 6 months training course 2 years ago, but has not been able to sit for the certification exams, if one is ready to write, are you going to go through the course again before writing? And if yes, is it going to be the same 6 months or less? Okay. So Adam, what we're going to do, we can help you go through the program again as a refresher course if you want to do that. And we have special arrangements we do for people with such concern. So what you have to do is just to call the 020-800-7585. That will be our demonstrator. So 020-800-7585. Give them a call. They have special arrangement to help you to write the exams. Right, Jibodi is asking how much is the exam fee, please. Right, Jibodi. So for APHRI, the exams fee is $400. For PHRI, the exams fee is $495. And for SPHRI, the exams fee is $595. So that's how the structure for the examination fee is like. All right, Adam says, thank you, sir. Thank you to Adam. Daniel says, how much does it cost for the final exams registration for associates? So as I just mentioned, so APHRI is $400, PHRI is $495, and then SPHR is $595. Gifts is asking, can one pay the exam fee in bits? Gift, you cannot pay the exam fee in bits. So what you can do is, as you go through the program, you can just save up. And the good thing about this certification program is that throughout the year, you can write the exam any day except for Sundays. So the portal is open for you to write the exam at any time. So when you go through the program, you just schedule when you want to write it, then you save up to it. It's open throughout, and you can choose which day that you want to join in. So that would be the response for that. Daniel says, thank you, sir. Thank you to Daniel. So any questions? The floor is open. We have some about some good 20 minutes to go on. 22 minutes. Some good 22 minutes to close. So we can take questions. We can take questions. Any questions? Any contributions? So Jibodi says, for MBA holders, which of the courses should it be? So Jibodi, if you're an MBA holder, you'll be looking at SPHRI, which is a Senior Professional in Human Resources International. So as an MBA holder, we'll be looking at that for you. Any more questions? So Jibodi, you can call 0244 122 855. Number again is 0244 122 855. So you can call that number, and we're going to help you in the registration process. As it is now, registration is ongoing for takeoff on 8th of June. So registration is ongoing for takeoff on 8th of June. Someone says 10 years working experience plus first degree in JR. Which level? So somehow I would have to understand your 10 years of working experience. Has it been in a managerial or a supervisory role? And then I could qualify you. If it's been a supervisory or managerial role, of course, then you are looking at Senior Professional in Human Resources International. Daniel says, can the exam be done online? I mean, the final exam for associate if you are not in Ghana. Yes, Daniel, it is done. It's actually done online. So we will not print any paper for you to answer on. Everything is web-based. So Daniel, you know what will happen is you go through 90, you answer 90 questions. And after you answer the 90 questions and you submit, in a few minutes, you are going to get two responses, either congratulations, congratulations or sorry. So it's that instant, right? It's that instant. So yeah, and as I have told you, our pass rate is 84%. So when you are studying with us, you are 84% of the time going to pass the examination, and which is a good probability. Okay. So yes, Samuel, you are definitely, you said supervisory, so you are definitely looking at SPHRI. Okay, so the floor is still open for any questions, any contribution. Today we have spoken about upskilling with professional certifications. We've understood the difference between certificate and certifications, and we have understood why it is important to upskill in today's market or in today's job market. And we have also discussed what the HR Certification Center offers to corporate workers, especially HR practitioners, to upskill. We say especially HR practitioners because they are the gatekeepers when it comes to managing people. But of course, as a supervisor or as a manager, you are also in charge of people under you. You have to lead them, and you have to lead them properly. So you can also be looking at associate professional in human resources, professional in human resources, or the senior professional in human resources. Okay, so someone is asking, are the questions all multiple choice based with regards to all level? Yes, so all the levels, namely APHR, PHRI, SPHRI, all the examination questions are multiple choice based. So in 90 minutes, you'll be answering multiple choice questions for APHRI. In 2 hours, 45 minutes, you'll be answering multiple choice questions for PHRI. In 3 hours, 15 minutes, you'll be answering multiple questions for SPHRI. So that is how it is, Samuel, or anyone else who wants to know. So do we have any more questions? We still have some time to go. Do you have any more questions? We love to take your questions, your contributions. If you are here, if you have studied with us, let us hear your experience. Let's have some conversations going. So Jibodi is saying, how many questions, please? So Jibodi, as I said, for PHRI, you're answering 90 questions. For APHRI, you're answering 90 questions. For PHRI, you are answering 115, and for SPHRI, you are answering 140 questions. Okay, so any more questions? Any more questions, contributions, anything that you've learned? In the meantime, as your questions boil up, let's take some. Probably, Pearl, you want to talk about something before we draw down the curtains?
All right, Kwabena, thank you for the information. And we want to once again thank our audience for being with us. What I would say is that Kwabena, as the marketing manager, has given us the needed information on how to upskill with HR certification at the HR Certification Center. I must also say that upskilling, if you're an employee, is a joint venture between yourself and your employer. But I would sign off by saying that as an individual, not just an employee, take your personal development selfishly. Aim to upskill in every area necessary. And when you do that, you position yourself for things that are yet to happen in the future for your organization. You position yourself for that promotion that you so much desire. You position yourself to be relevant to the business and where the business is going. So that is how I will sign off. I know you have your concluding remarks for our candidates or for our audience. But let me say that the HR Certification Center, with 10 years of HR certification, we have done 38 successful cohorts. 38 successful cohorts. Our 38th cohort is currently in session. And the cohort that we are talking about currently is our 39th cohort. And so it's also important for you to know that every quarter we run the professional HR certification. And beyond the professional HR certification, in the name of developing the workforce of today for the future, we also run other executive short courses and workshops to upskill you for the role that you so much desire for in the future, or even in the current role that you are working in. So do give us a call, 0244 or check us up on our social media handles, HR Certification Center on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And then we get to connect. You get to learn from the HR Certification Center. We run free webinars all the time. We do thought leadership HR talks, and then we also do the HR roundtable all the time on our social media handle. So Kwabena, thank you so much for sharing the information, and thank you for to our audience for being with us for this 1 hour.
Thank you so much, Pearl. Thank you so much. Before we sign off, I have a number of questions here. So someone is asking, can I have all my lectures online? Someone, you can have all your lectures online. We've had people join us from Tamale, Paga. They studied from that distance all through the 6 months, never came to Accra. So yes, you can have it 100% online. Daniel is asking, can you write the exams if you are out of the country? Yes. You can write the exams if you are out of the country. You just speak to our administration team. They would do the arrangements for you. Find an exam center there, or find a way for you to write it. You can find an exam center, or you can write it in the convenience of wherever that you are. As long as you have good internet and you have a good laptop, you can do that. Okay, then someone is asking again, does the center has some past questions they take us through? So Samuel, the questions that we take you through, the mock exams, are just like they are a mirror of the final exams. So when you're able to go through it, we take you through prep questions, tutorial sessions. It really prepares you to write the exam. So yes, and we have a question bank with a host of questions that you can go through just to give you the confidence to write this paper. So Susan is saying the number again. Okay, so the number is 0244 122 855. So the number will be rolling on your screen right about now. Yes, so 0244 122 855. Okay, so a boy Nathan is one of our students, and he says they have yes, highly possible with HRCC. Thank you, Eboyi. Anthea says they have a lot. You have no cause to worry at all. Thank you very much, Anthea. And Eboyi again is saying HRCC is a whole package. Take the bold step. Thank you, Eboyi. And Daniel says, thank you, sir. Okay, Adam says the session has been very useful. Thank you, Kwabena and Pearl. Thank you, Adam, for always joining in all the way from Paga. We really, really appreciate you. Sorry about that. We send you a lot of love from Accra. A lot of love from Accra to Paga. Right, any more questions? We'd like to take any more questions. Yes, Susanna. Yes, you got the number right. 0244122855. Eva says thank you for your insightful session. Thank you too, Eva, for joining. Okay, so if we do not have any more questions, we will then roll down the curtains for today's interaction. We really look forward to hearing from you in our inbox on WhatsApp 0244122855. Let's have a conversation. Let's discuss your future. Let's discuss how you want to grow, and let us partner with you to become relevant HR practitioners, business leaders, supervisors, and unit heads. From us at the HR Certification Center, as we always say, commit to a higher standard, and we are very committed to seeing you grow professionally. So thank you very much for joining, and we'll definitely meet here sometime very soon to offer you content that is going to help you to grow as a professional, as a growing business leader as well. So thank you very much. Do have a great, I almost said weekend. Well, my weekend starts today, so Do have a great weekend. I'll be sleeping tomorrow and you'll be at work, but I'll be working on Saturday. That's great because we always want to serve you on weekends and help you to grow. So let's get in touch every time. Social media channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. We are live everywhere. Get in touch with us. Get in touch with us on WhatsApp and let's connect and let's grow together. It's bye for now. Bye, everyone. Thank you very much.
Why do 93% of the world's leading multinational companies prefer certified professionals? Because they tend to be committed to higher standards and ethics and maintain an informed intercultural competency. Whether you're seeking to build a career or to upgrade your HR professional career, you need to get trained and certified at the HR Certification Center today. Our experience in training and certifying HR professionals is unparalleled. We're trusted to offer a comprehensive portfolio of advanced professional credentials for the HR professionals worldwide, and today, more than 500,000 HR professionals worldwide in 125 plus countries proudly maintain our credentials as a mark of higher professional distinction. HR Certification Center. Call or WhatsApp today on 0244 122 855.